Today on our Montana Homestead in FS25, it's November and we're putting the final touches of the year on our new fields. We'll be fertilizing our wheat fields and tilling our other fields for next year and taking on a mowing contract for some extra money headed into winter. Let's go.
You can find a link to this playlist in the description below, or check the channel page for other farming series you might like.
Well guys, welcome back to our Montana Homestead farm here in FS25. This is part of the Homestead Challenge series where we start off with just a big piece of land and hardly anything else. No loans allowed, such like that. I've got the rules on the screen. Started this a few episodes ago. This will be episode 5. And as of now, well, we are here in November. Here on our, how big was this land? Piece of land? A 22 acre, or big 22 acre piece of land. And well, if you were here last time, then you saw where we separated out the fields. We got this grass area here. So this will be a farmyard that we build up. Back here we got the grass pasture. Oh yeah, stuff is growing now since last episode. Planted alfalfa back here. So it's probably not going to grow anymore this year. It's already November, but we got alfalfa back here, which will we can bale and stuff like that and have for animals when we do get them. Up here we've got the 2 wheat fields, and then, well, these 2 fields over here, nothing right now. Since last episode, you may have noticed I put in some trees. Yeah, I put in a couple of trees here in the farm yard. It'll help. And this building back here. So now we have a building to park the tractors. I haven't done much with it yet. I really just recently built it. So today what we're doing, well, it's November. We're going to need to fertilize. So we need to fertilize our wheat fields and working on running the disc harrow on what I guess will be our cornfield. I just got back from the store with some fertilizer. Let's see, let's go up here. Yeah, so this one here is already tilled. Yeah, this field here is done. And so this field here, we're going to run our disc harrow on. I wasn't in a huge hurry. I mean, we don't have to, because we're not going to plant these till spring, but I figured we can go ahead and do that. There's no real contracts to do this month. None that we really kind of can do because of the rules that we're using for the Homestead Challenge. We can't do any contracts that we can't use our own equipment for. Don't have a harvester, so we can't do any of the harvesting contracts. And these cultivating contracts are just too big for our tractor. It would take forever. Anyway, this is our, yeah, this was sorghum, but we're going to replant this. Probably corn next spring. I'm not exactly sure yet. But let's go ahead and get on our fertilizing. Yeah, there's just, well, it's November. You wouldn't expect there to be a lot of farming in November. We probably have some new equipment back here since the last time we were here, which was last month, of course, in the last episode. Yeah, I bought a roller. Found a good affordable roller for, well, our fields all needed it. Next month, probably next month, we'll be selling our sorghum, which we have in our temporary silo there. Soon enough, we'll have a real silo. That's just kind of our temporary little wire thing. I'm trying to save up money because, well, we'll need a harvester for next year. We've got some money now, but of course, we are making payments on this tractor that we're driving here. This Fendt Vario 900. We still owe, let's see, monthly payments $16,000. Total remaining payment $64,000 because we financed this when we got it. All right. So some money each month goes to this tractor, and then we're definitely going to make sure that we can buy a harvester to harvest this wheat when it's ready next month, or next year rather. Oh yeah, so this is going to be pretty easy, and I'll see if we can get an idea here. So it's going to want us to run here. It's going to want us to run, well, you see the steering there, set us on 2 rows, but they're going to greatly overlap. So we're going to run, I'm going to try something, because I kind of saw this when I ran the first stage of fertilization. We're going to run the outside line on this field and the outside line on that field, and then see if we can drive in between the fields and get the rest of it like that, so we don't, you know, waste any fertilizer. All right, so let's get down here. Whoa. I forgot last time I was using the fertilizer. I was, oh, darn, I hit the wrong button. There we go. So incredibly easy to miss. All right, now we're going to start this guy. That should be reaching out. Yeah, see, that's reaching out far enough. It's reaching where that blue line is there. Yeah, so we can just do the outside line of each field and come up the middle. Save some fertilizer. Yeah, these fields are looking nice. This is all going to be wheat. It was quite a lot of field space. That's the fun part about this. We got a lot of field space to work with, you know, with small equipment that we have to start off with. What's up here? Is this weeds? Right there, there's a little spot of weeds. That's interesting. There's weeds right there. And actually, now I come to think of it, I think I've seen them somewhere else here too, but just in like those two spots. It's not even worth running a weeder. Somewhere there's another spot of weeds, pretty sure. Let's run this out all the way here. Let's have a look at the map. So if we look at this, if we go to growth, soil composition, there, actually, yeah, there's a few little specks of weeds. Yeah, just very, yeah, not even worth running a weeder for. It's really interesting. And then here, right, this is what's going to be our cornfield. It's nothing but weeds, but yeah, we're gonna till that. So let's just turn, let's just head down here. We'll run the outside line on this field, and that will make pretty quick work of the fertilizer. We'll see how much is actually left in the middle. Probably not much. Gonna want to work on getting some bigger equipment for planting these fields. All we got is a 3-meter wide planter. Yeah, it took a while. I mean, I made these long and narrow so that they would be easier to work with small equipment, but still not. They're still pretty big. All right, and that's just about got it here. And I want to, our house over there, I want to add on to our house as time goes by. It's looking really small next to some of the stuff we've got out here. Yeah, look at that. We can just run right up the center of these fields. Yeah, I didn't think of that when I ran the first stage of fertilization on them. I didn't even think about that. I'm sure this is overkill. Yeah. Here, we'll trim it down a little bit. This is still fine, I'm sure, and cut it about in half. We'll check this out on the map when we get down here and see, but I'm pretty sure this is getting all of the wheat. It's pretty foggy out today. Now that is, I believe, due to my mod that I have, realistic weather. The realistic weather mod, if you're wondering why it's got the dense fog, I believe it's a part of that. It gives us many weather-oriented things, like lots of things can happen. I think that fires is also a part of it. It has a lot of water elements. It has a lot of stuff. Yeah, that got that. So we can head back to the farm with this. But that's what's causing the fog. It was really thick this morning. Couldn't see anything. It was still dark out and it was foggy. Well, we're going to get this back to the farm. May as well get it filled up. We've got those extra, the pallets of fertilizer, the big bags. Yeah, there's still, this farmyard is so empty. There's lots of stuff to come here. There's lots of things we need that we could buy. Kind of not sure right now. All right, so that's our fertilizer. It's our fertilizer full. Let's park this over here. And we're going to get the disc harrow. Head out to what will be the cornfield. This tractor is dirty. Something we need out here is we need a power washer out here on the farm as our tractor's getting dirty. Why is there a dead patch of the... Wait, what am I seeing here with the grass? There's... I don't remember that when I planted it. It can't be where I drove through it. Just grass. Yeah, it's not where I... Wonder what's up with that. Well, let's pick up this disc harrow here. It's our bargain, yeah, old-timey disc harrow, but it does good. There's no decent options in the game for one like this. I use this one in about every game save. It's affordable. It's got good reach. Now this thing's twice as wide as our seeder, and even it takes a few passes up this field. So we'll get this going. Wait a second. This is not even the first or second time it's happened. I lowered it, but it didn't lower. It did that last time. It did like the time before too. I don't know what's up with that. No, what's it doing? Up, down. All right. It did a thing where, well, I don't know, but it's down now. It's working now. Never had problems with it, except for like, I think that maybe when it was already down, but wouldn't I have noticed that? I don't know. So we're going to get this all tilled up, although I wouldn't be surprised if wheat started growing again before we plant the corn. I just didn't want to leave it looking ugly like this all winter. So we'll see how it does. Now I've got these fields fairly close together, but I'm glad we left the space in between them we did. It gives us enough room to work these headlands, but sometimes you run into the other field and then it swaps the steering lines that you're using to that field. So I want to make sure that we get these headlands so that we can mostly start turning around in the space of our own field. Yeah, I thought corn would be a good crop here. I like to grow corn on the farms. I mean, I still don't know. That could be subject to change. We'll see that next spring when we plant. So we'll do a couple passes here to get the get us room to turn around at the top of the field. See, yeah, the fields are close enough. I come over here and it kicks the lines on for this field. Now this field, the lines may not come back on. They haven't been. So I've got to pull this back up. There we go. It's been kind of annoying, so I've been trying to, well, avoid doing that. We've got some good money, and we're making decent money from contracts. Of course, there's really none right now this month, but when there are, we're making good money off them. We made a lot last month off fertilizing contracts, but everything we need, well, you know how it goes, costs a lot. I was thinking just the silos we want to put on the farm. I'd like to put more than one. They're $40,000 a piece. The thing is, they're actually cheap. I downloaded, I wanted cheap, affordable, flat bottom bins, and that is cheap, because the ones in game, the in-game flat bottom bins are like 70-some thousand a piece. So, like, you know, we are getting the cheap stuff, just, well, I get cheap stuff that's realistically priced, is, you know, reasonable, I think. I like to use reasonable looking stuff. A lot of, you know, older tractors and machinery I like to use, and, you know, like this Fendt. This Fendt is a mod. I like it better than the new ones. I'm not as big a fan of the new tractor's body styles. This Carro, I mean, the last thing I was doing was planting. I was planting wheat seeds over there. This disc Carro moves twice as fast and it's twice as wide. Yeah, it's making this go a lot faster. Well, than seeding, obviously. Yeah, running that seeder, I'll tell you, these fields are long. It takes, I don't know, it seems like it takes forever to get up these fields in that seeder. All right, and back up north, up the field we go. Just a few more passes left. And then we'll see if there's anything else that we need to do this month. But, you know, being November, yeah, and then next month we're going to have even less to do. Obviously, throughout the winter, it's going to be really slow here at the farm. So, like usual with the series, the series may skip an episode or two over the winter when there's just not much to do. But who knows? It's my first winter here on this map of Judith Plains, Montana. It's the Judith Plains, Montana 4X. It's the map we're on, of course. It is big. It's a 4X map. It's definitely big. But I like that because a good, big American map with big fields, big American fields. That's what I've been looking for, and that's what we got here. And also a lot of detail. We've got a little bit left over here. Yeah, there's one like partial row width here because the field's not perfect size. Well, although these 4 fields are pretty perfect to one another, but yeah, we're gonna have to get this missed strip of wheat, or rather sorghum here. All right, one more row of our field here, and that's about all that there is for November. Could go ahead and, well, we could go ahead and put some fertilizer on this field. Make sure it's not going to need lime or anything. No, none of our fields need lime. They didn't. I've got the filter off, but I still don't think they do. No, they don't. All right, well, that's all the disking done that we need to get done. Head this back to the farm. We'll check and see if there's any contracts. We could come out here with fertilizer. I don't see it hurt, but I guess I'd rather wait till just, wait till next year was, when we're planting it. Lots of harvesting jobs here. Lots of harvesting jobs, which I would love to do, but we're not sticking by the rules that I set out for this challenge. I'm not using any equipment that I can't, pull with our own tractor. Just a fun limitation to, well, I find, I think the thing is that we're using our tractor. I find when you do contracts all over the map and you're using different tractors, it kind of breaks the immersion of the game and such. However, we could do this. We actually mowed this the last time. Yeah, a lot of stuff is just too big or too, yeah, here, this is perfect. Let's do this mowing contract and borrow items. Of course, we're going to use our tractor, but we'll take their mower. We need to, darn, to do that, we got to put a PTO in the front of our tractor, which I guess we'll just have to do that. I've been avoiding it because it costs money, but, well, I've been meaning to anyway. So let's drop our stuff off here. Oh, we can park this in our new shed. We've got a shed here now. We can park this stuff over here. So let's see. We'll park our Discaro in this one here. We'll put it back here in the back. I don't know when we'll need it next. All right, we're gonna drop off our front loader console here. We don't need the front loader, and we're gonna run to the store. We're gonna modify our tractor to take a 3-point, 3-point hitch in the hydraulics in the front so that we can push that front mower. So let's get this stuff unattached here. All right, it's a little bit of a drive down there, but we're good to head down, so catch up with you in a minute here. I'm gonna get down to the store. It's really cool driving down our driveway with that field right there. It's gonna look twice as cool when we get the cornfield growing on the other side. It's gonna look real cool, that long road down to our house. I like the farm layout here. I think it's pretty cool. We might actually be able to use the mowers all on the back. Depends on the mowers, but seems to me, well, I know I've done that with mowers before. We'll see if these can hook up like that. Finally, we make it down here to town. It's a bit of a drive. Definitely a several minute drive out from our farm. Our farm's not that far away, but, well, we're here now. Well, I mean, our farm could have been further. It's a big map. Our farm could have been further. Now, let's have a look at these mowers. I want to see if there's any way that we can hook these up on the same end of the tractor. Of course, having front hydraulics in the tractor is something I would like anyway. But right now, I'm really trying to save money. That looks like a no. That's say it's a no. The shaft doesn't go through on this rear mower here. Yeah, that's a no. Well, there's which one is it then? Yeah, I think it was a mower that was in I think it was in an older game. I think it was in FS19. I did that. There was a different mower brand they don't have here, but that's okay. So we're gonna I'm just making sure there's not a there's no shaft that goes through. So we're gonna modify our tractor, and hey, like I said, I wanted to put the that on anyway. I wanted to get the tractor, I wanted to get it on there with the tractor at purchase, but Just didn't have the extra $5,000 right then. All right, customize. We want to go to here. Front attacher, 5 grand. Make sure that none of my other options changed. Yeah, I think we're good. Yep. All right. 5 grand. That's, which is I think about what the mowing job pays. But hey, I wanted to get this anyway. Let's go get the mower hooked up. I'll check where we're going. But we've been there before. I'm pretty sure this is the same place that we mowed the first time. First contract we did. Okay, now getting down to this farm. What's that? Is that a jet that I hear? I thought I heard a... Yeah, it doesn't sound like a... Sometimes you see like crop dusting planes out here. It sounds like an actual... Well, assuming that's in the game. Okay, well anyway. Let's see where our farm is that we're going to. It's right down here. Yep, we'll just take this road right here. Straight down there. Oh, I know what I hear. No, what I hear is the grain elevator down there banging around, I think. I think it just sounds like a jet engine over the sound of my tractor, sorry. We're going down this road. Yeah, this road here. Let's leave the map up so we can see the field that we're mowing when we get up to it. It's not too far down here, actually. I was just down here earlier working on one of the other fields by it. Okay, the field we're going to is right up here on the left. It'll be the next grass field on the left. It's not too big. Yeah, this is it right here. So we need to get these guys folded out. Whoops. There we go. Fold it out. Alright, here is our guidelines here. Well, let's get going. Make quick work of this. Is my front mower not down? Yeah, I wasn't down. Let me back up and get this here, or at least get most of it. What I found is the contracts on this map tend to cut it pretty close. You've kind of got to get just about everything to get credit for it. That should be good enough. If it's not, obviously we got some grass there we can come back and get. Oh yeah, we'll make quick work of this field. And how much does it pay? Well, it's pretty long. It's a long field. It pays, oh, okay. A little over 11,000, so we'll get some money. This is a long field. It's been a long trip down here. Yeah, well, again, it's a big map. Oh, yeah, that rose 10% of it. Well, that's not bad, I guess. You look at, yeah, so what? 10 trips up the field? Thereabouts. Well, this mode. And, yeah, there's just really not much to do in December. Well, I mean, this is November, but, yeah, December's coming up. I mean, the fog seems to have cleared up a bit. I just noticed that. Well, it's still foggy out there in the distance, but it's not foggy up close like it was when I woke up this morning at 8. Now, how hard is it going to be going up this hill? I think we'll want to work the rows. We're going to work them east and west. I think we should start at the top and work down. This tractor's got 260 horsepower. But, well, yeah. Well, it's a couple rows done. Yeah, making good progress on this guy here. And after this, we can check on, whoops, I forgot to turn my mowers back on. There we go. We can check and see. I mean, sometimes, you know, throughout the day, more contracts will pop up. We've got money going into, well, let's see, next month, either next month or January. I guess it doesn't matter. We could sell our sorghum. And that'll be a decent profit. We've got a lot of sorghum. Well, these big grass fields, you can get a lot of grass off these. Now, our field, see, it's pretty decent sized, actually. Yeah, here it is. This is what right here, what we have for our grass field. It's going to be pretty decent sized. Should have a look at getting some cattle soon. See if I can find a cheap cattle pen. And it'd be cool to have something early on to do with the grass and the straw that we're going to be making from our fields. Alright, looks like we can get to the last row here. But yeah, the field is wider at the other end. So at the other end, we're going to have some more. Sure is pretty down here, though. We got the that bridge there, the little creek, and the all the fog kind of makes it a pretty day out here. Oh, darn it. So many, whoops, so many buttons. There we go. Yeah, I'm playing with the controller, and I put a button on there to turn on off all attachments, just for mowers like this. So you can turn them both on and off at the same time. And that just adds it, so there's so many buttons. So I gotta hold, you know, like, to get more combinations in the controller, you gotta start setting it so you have to hold other buttons and combinations. And I do have my control panel, my steering wheel and control panels right here, because I use those in American Truck Simulator. I don't like using the steering wheel for this game. I just don't, for various reasons. I could use the control panel. It's still hooked up. I could put controls on it. I've gone to using the controller for Farming Simulator. I think it's more relaxing. Now, I checked the forecast, and I think it said it could snow tonight. Of course, I've only got it on 1 day months, so we're only going to have snow on, yeah, just the 1 day of December, the 1 day of January, and whatever. I'm just thinking what we may have coming here. It looks pretty good today, except for the fog, but it could be a herald of snow. Let's see, what does it say? Yeah, it says late tonight, snow. Well, it's a good thing we're not living in that tent anymore. It's a good thing we got a house on the property now, so there's that. For the first couple of episodes, just had that trailer, or sorry, tent. Now we have that little small house. Don't know what kind of snow we'll get here in Montana, but at least we get the house now. Well, just a little bit left here in the field, and we can collect our money. Probably won't find anything else this month. We'll see how things go, but I like the way that our homestead's coming along. I'm looking forward to getting the rest of the farmyard built. What I'm most looking forward to is getting the silos in there and getting some real actual signs of a bigger farm. Who knows in what ways we can expand it in the future. I mean, right now I like having the stuff we've got, kind of smaller equipment. I mean, this is a large tractor, but it's not as big as like some. We could buy a large tractor. There's an affordable one right now for sale, technically. I looked at it, but I actually didn't want to increase our tractor size to a huge tractor just yet. But see right here, I could get this tractor for $55,000. It's got 360 horsepower, but I was like, no, I don't want to buy anything too big just yet. But it won't be long before our little farm grows. This right here, this is going to be the last row we need to do for this field. All right, there's 99%. Well, there's, before I could say anything, there is finished. We'll go ahead and run this back to the store because, back to the shop. It's actually on the way back to our farm. That's one thing I like about these places here. See where we need to be. No, there we go. Okay, yeah, this road here will go up there. We'll get this taken back to the store. This is beautiful farmland out here. I like the long straight road and the big fields. It really feels like America. Feels like feels familiar. In this town here, all the big industrial stuff right around the train tracks and everything like that. Up here where we're going, it's all really cool looking. Let's leave their mowing equipment there. And we'll head back home. Yeah, I like using our tractor for the contracts. Feels a lot better than getting a strange tractor every time. So I'm going to head back to the homestead. There's probably not a whole lot left to do as we're headed into the afternoon of November. But there's a lot more coming up. We'll be selling our entire crop harvest and all kinds of other things. So be sure to tune in next time. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe and follow along. We've got way more stuff here on the channel. We also got American Truck Simulator and of course Roadcraft. Every day, new videos. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. Guys, I'm gonna head back to the homestead and I'll catch up with you real soon. Have a good one.